Welcome back to Nika with Mia and Nika. Today we'll be learning all about the 10 biggest inventions that changed mankind. Let's go! Today, the first invention we'll be learning about is fire. Fire is considered to be important to human life and also the greatest invention created by humanity. The evidence of fire dates back to 440 million years ago when there was a high amount of oxygen in the environment. Whenever there was thundering and lightning, things caught fire easily. The invention of fire by primitive humans dates back to as long as 2.5 million years ago. Early men struck stones. Sparks were generated, and the leaves that happened to be around the stones would catch fire. Early men used fire to cook raw meat, scare away wild animals, and keep their caves warm. Wonderwork Cave in South Africa discovered to have campfire traces and burnt animals and plants. Interesting. Next, we'll be learning about the wheel. The wheel was invented in 3500 BC. Before the invention of the wheel, transportation over land was not possible for far-off distances. By this time, the early humans had already learned to use alloy, a mixture of different metals, to construct canals, sailboats, but to construct a stable structure of transportation was quite difficult. So they made narrow wagons so that they did not have to make long axles. Axles are the rods that connect two wheels. You can see the wagon in the picture below. In Poland and some Eurasian steppes, kinds of grasslands, wheeled carts have been dug out. Next, we'll be learning about the nail. Nails were invented by ancient Romans 2,000 years ago. This was possible only and only after humans learned how to cast and shape metals. Before metal nails, wooden structures were used to interlock things. However, the earliest use of nails have their evidence by the Egyptians. Nail-making machines came up in the 1790s and early 1800s. Wow! Next, we'll be learning about the compass. The earliest compass was invented by the Chinese in between the 9th and 11th centuries. It was made of lodestone, a natural iron ore. The compass was used by marine navigators. The compass-making technology was passed to Europeans and Arabs who made the maximum sea expeditions. Now we'll be learning about the printing press. The printing press was invented by a German, Johannes Gutenberg, in the year of 1440. Koreans and Chinese earlier had made such metal, movable type printing press, but they were not mechanized. It was a mechanized process that ink printed from the movable metal type to paper. The ink was made of linseed oil and soot. This was an important invention because knowledge would be able to spread around the world faster. Now let's learn about the telephone. The telephone. The first telephone was invented in between 1876 and 1877. The inventor of the first ever telephone is considered to be Alexander Graham Bell, and you can see him in the picture down below. However, Alicia Gray had also filed a patent at the same day as Alexander, which is February 14, 1876, but only a few hours late. Alexander's patent was approved on March 7th, and 3 days later, Alexander called his assistant, and this confirmed the working of the telephone. Next, we'll be learning about the steam engine. The steam engine. The steam engine was invented between 1763 and 1775 by Scottish inventor James Watt. This was the time when a shift from wood to coal was made, and several inventors like Geronimo de Añas, Thomas Savery, and Thomas Newcomen came up with the idea of the steam engine. James worked on improving Newcomen's machine, but he could not manufacture his improvised machine due to the financial reasons. Later, in partnership with Matthew Boulton, an English manufacturer and engineer, Watt was able to develop his own steam engine. Next, we'll be learning about electricity. Electricity is not the kind of invention which would just have one inventor, but usually the credit goes to Benjamin Franklin for discovering electricity because of his experiments that connected lightning and electricity. It was the ancient Greeks in about 600 BC when they discovered static electricity. The word electris was used by English physician William Gilbert. Thomas Brown used the word electricity to describe Gilbert's work. Other scientists like Alessandro Volta, Michael Faraday, and George Westinghouse, etc., also significantly contributed to the discovery of various aspects of electricity. In 1752, Benjamin Franklin experimented with a kite, a peak, and storm, and proved that lightning and tiny electricity sparks were the same thing. And you can see that in the picture down below. Next, we'll be learning about the light bulb, or the electric bulb. During the 1800s, there were a number of people who were involved in inventing the bulb. However, Thomas Edison is considered to be the primary inventor of the electric bulb because he was the first to create a completely functional lighting system in 1879. His bulb included a generator, wiring, and a carbon filament. Joseph Swan had invented a different kind of lamp, but there was some problem with his filaments. Thomas had improvised a upon his idea and made his invention of the electric bulb. Later, Edison Swan United became the world's largest manufacturers of the light bulb. Next, we'll be learning about paper. Paper making is thought to be invented in the year AD 105. Cai Lun, an official to the Chinese court, is thought to be the inventor of paper. Also, ruins from Dunhuang, where the Emperor Wu ruled from 140 BC to 86 BC, paper pieces were found. Then, the paper was made from hemp, which was washed, soaked, and beaten to pulp. Then it was stretched along a bamboo frame and it was left to dry. And in the end, you got paper.
Wow, it was so fun learning about the 10 most amazing inventions. What is coming next? You'll have to see that in my next video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time. Adios, amigos!